What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video on Get Up, they're going to be talking about the Carolina Panthers and which quarterback should they continue playing, Kyle Allen or Cam Newton. So let's see what they have to say about that.
Cam Newton or Kyle Allen?
I mean, Cam Newton. Kyle Allen has been average at best, and the defense has been outstanding on this recent stretch that they've won. He hasn't turned the ball over, but he's been fairly average. Cam Newton has the potential to be a guy that can put the whole team on your back. So if you have the opportunity to go from a game manager, which is what Kyle Allen is right now, maybe he'll graduate to something else later, go from that to someone who has the potential to be a Superman, then you do that.
Okay, well, let's...
So I'm big on if it's not broke, don't fix it. And right now, Kyle Allen is 4-0 right now. So I would definitely probably keep him in there. I like Cam Newton. Cam Newton's a baller, but I think this is a good scenario. And let's not forget that Kyle Allen's dealing with a potential MVP in Christian McCaffrey. There's a good chance Christian McCaffrey might get MVP, and he deserves it. And the Carolina Panthers defense, their defense is balling out of control right now. And we all know defense wins championships. So with all that combined, I'd probably keep Kyle Allen in there until he loses his first game. Because right now, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You don't know how far this winning streak can go. So I would keep it going. So let's continue.
Welcome in Dan Graziano, because I would love to hear more about the future that you see for Cam in Carolina and just kind of what you're hearing around the league.
Carolina Panthers believe that Cam Newton will perform in the offense that he's in when healthy. They thought that he did that last year before he got hurt. They feel like if they get him back healthy, he's their best option. Even if they don't feel like he's their best option, even if they decide to keep Kyle Allen in there because he hasn't lost a game, right? He's won 4 in a row, maybe it gets to 5 or 6. You don't mess with it. You're still keeping Cam Newton because this is your evidence, right? Your quarterback could get hurt at any time, and you feel like you have a guy who's a good option. Newton's got 1 year left on his contract after this year. It's non-guaranteed. They could move on from him after this year and eat only $2 million in dead money. This is going to get talked about because they're winning and Kyle Allen is playing well. I don't get the sense that it's being talked about in Carolina by the decision makers there. This is a franchise icon, an MVP player who took them to the Super Bowl, and I think the strong likelihood is that he finishes this season as the Carolina Panthers quarterback, starts next season as the Carolina Panthers quarterback, and probably gets a contract extension.
You know, Teddy Bridgewater.
So actually, I think this might be the best case scenario for all parties involved. For Cam Newton, he gets a chance to heal up and get as close to 100% as possible before he returns. For Kyle Allen, he's doing good right now. He's running out 4-0, so he's balling right now. That's going to build up some of his stock. Christian McCaffrey's still doing great. He's running on his MVP campaign right now. The Carolina Panthers defense are balling out of control right now. So I think this might be kind of good. I would keep running with Kyle Allen until he gets his first loss. And just keep it going. You know, just gives Cam Newton, like I said, a chance to heal up. So I think this is a really good case scenario for all parties involved. But let's continue.
I mean, he's been 4-0 and leading the Saints as a winner and filling in for Drew Brees, but we don't have a conversation surrounding whether or not he should be the starting quarterback. Why do you think we tend to have a conversation surrounding Cam Newton?
Well, I think that people believe potentially that Cam Newton may not ever be healthy again. And I don't think we have the same reaction to Drew Brees. So I think Drew Brees, and also Drew Brees at his best is better than Cam Newton at his best. So I think that's part of the reason why we have this conversation. I think there are other reasons why we have this conversation, particularly down in Carolina. Whenever Cam Newton has a bad week, the talk radio down there is talking about who's the backup. And that happened for many years, even after he had an MVP season. So they have issues down there to figure out, but I don't think the issues are with Cam Newton.
So I think we should be very careful if we're trying to make comparisons with Cam Newton and Drew Brees as far as injuries. Because remember what happened with Drew Brees when he was with the Chargers? He was hurt, and the Chargers got rid of him because they thought he was done. And what happened? He went over to New Orleans, and within 2 years, if I recall, he went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. So Carolina Panthers should be very careful if they want to think about getting rid of Cam Newton. You better make sure he's 100% not going to be the play he was before, or not anything near what he was before. Because if you guys get rid of him, you throw him away, he might go someplace else and start balling out of control and win a Super Bowl, and that'll make you guys look really stupid, like how the Chargers look stupid for getting rid of Drew Brees. So let's continue.
I think the conversation is dumb. And I don't think that it's warranted at this point. You know going forward right now that Kyle Allen isn't the franchise quarterback of this team. You know that his ceiling isn't the same ceiling of Cam Newton. But there's been issues with Cam Newton since he came out. There were people and scouts saying they didn't like the way he smiled. And so I think he's always been looked at and critiqued a little differently than other quarterbacks because it's just unfamiliar. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't sound the same. It doesn't move the same as what people are used to. But you can't forget what Cam Newton is at his best. What Cam Newton is at his best is the best player in this franchise's history. And I think if you feel like he can be close to that, 89% of Cam, 90% of Cam doing what we've loved to watch him do throughout the years is their best chance to reach the pinnacle of football, and that's the Super Bowl.
He's a
So, for the longest time, a lot of the media jackals have hated on Cam Newton, and some of it he deserves, because I don't like whenever he would lose, he always gets pouty and doesn't want to talk and walks away. But when he wins, he'll answer every single type of question, even stupid questions. So as far as that, I don't really like. But other than that, Cam Newton, he's a cool dude. He's a good quarterback. Like I said, he went to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, but he had a great season with it. I think they went undefeated, or they went like 15-1. So Cam Newton has it in him to be a Super Bowl caliber type quarterback. But I don't know, he just has to get back to there, and I would hold off, see what happens at the end of this year, see if he comes back, see what his health is like, and then make some decisions about moving him around or do whatever they want to do. But at this point, they're sitting in a good situation. They have a strong winning streak. Cam Newton has a chance to recover, and everything's just going good right now. So I would just, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So let's continue.
Completely unique player in NFL history. I mean, you talk about Drew Brees doesn't get questioned. He's going to the Hall of Fame. It's not crazy to think that Cam Newton, with 2 or 3 more very good years, could be a Hall of Fame quarterback either. Again, a unique case. He's accomplished things that other players haven't accomplished athletically. So, I think Carolina Panthers still view him that way.
And I think
he's healthy.
We kind of miss it. And Drew Brees is a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the top 5 to 10 quarterbacks that's ever played this game. And even he doesn't have something that Cam Newton does, and that's an MVP.